Yes, the boys, what's happening? In today's video, I'm going to be taking Simone Profundi to a Ballon d'Or on Football Manager 2024. Simone Profundi is the best Wonderkid on this game, and I'm going to take him from a 17-year-old to the best player in the world. Throughout this video, I'm going to be deciding what clubs he moves to, whether he gets any potential upgrades along his journey depending on how he does season by season. It is my mission today to get the Ballon d'Or in that Italian man's hands. Let's go on a journey together, and let's win the Ballon d'Or with Simone Profundi. Welcome to Season 1, boys, where we have Simone Profundi on loan at Lausanne. Definitely butchered that club name, but we're going to keep rolling. So Simone Profundi is 17-year-old, as you can see, and for a 17-year-old attacking midfielder, he looks amazing already. The key attributes being his flair, his passing ability, his dribbling. Technically, he is unbelievable. He has already had a cap for Italy, as you can see. If you want a little fun fact, Simone Profundi is actually the youngest Italian player in 100 years to start a game for Italy's first team. That just shows how much of a talent we've got on our hands. As you can see, he's on loan from Udinese, and in this first season, we are just going to let him play out like he will in real life, do a full year at Lausanne, see how well he can get on, see if he can have any development. As you can see, boys, we've got him in our shortlist here. He has a current ability of 113 and a potential ability of 175. Like I said in the intro, throughout the video, we may be upgrading these attributes. Let's do this first season sim, and let's see how we can get on as a 17-year-old on loan in the Swiss league. Okay, boys, we are back from our year holiday. The date is the 7th of June 2024. Let's see how Profundi has got on in his first year in men's football. As you can see by the shortlist, his current ability is now 140, and he had an average rating over the season of 7.33. This man is greatness. If you click into his profile as well, you can already see the development on the boy. His first touch, technique, vision. His physical's now going up as well. He's even grew an inch in height. I would do anything to gain an inch. And if we have a look for the season stats, boys, he played 34 games, getting 21 goals and 6 assists, and that's 7.3 average rating. I mean, what a debut year from the GOAT. What a debut year. Greatness. Of course, this is the end of his spell with Lausanne, and for a loan for a 17 to 18-year-old player, it probably couldn't have gone much better to start this video. He has gone up 27 current ability points in 1 year. The caliber of this player is astonishing. It is now going to be the summer transfer window, though. Will we see Simone Profundi leave Udinese after he leaves his loan with Lausanne, or will he stay in Serie A to dominate that league too? Let's go find out. Okay, boys, just want to bring you back very quickly. We are on the 4th of July 2024. And Simone Profundi isn't a happy bunny. If we hover over this unhappiness, he wants to move to a club with a stronger squad. Now, I love a man who knows his worth, and Simone Profundi knows his worth. We are going to keep on continuing through the summer transfer window and see if there is any interest in the 18-year-old phenomenon. If there's interest, we may choose to act. We may choose just to keep him at Udinese. Let's see over the summer if any clubs are interested in signing the future Ballon d'Or winner. Okay, boys, welcome back to the end of the summer transfer window. Now, did Simone Profundi leave Udinese? The service says no, he didn't. Simone Profundi is still a Udinese player, but he is still unhappy. As you can see, when we hover over his unhappiness, he still wants to move to a bigger club, and now he's actually asking to leave. But when we click into the history, as you can see, he's already played a game in the Serie A for Udinese. He got a 7 average rating. We are now going to holiday to January. We're going to see what Simone Profundi can do over this 6 months, and potentially in January, will we see Simone Profundi leave Udinese? Now, boys, welcome back to January 2025, and Simone Profundi is wanted for the first time in this video. Here we are on the shortlist. As we can see, Simone Profundi now has a current ability of 148. His transfer value is between 23 and 69 million. And if we click into the player, as you can see, there is development that's going on. His vision's increased, his agility's increased. So far for Udinese in the Serie A, he has scored 7 goals and got 2 assists. And if we look into the Serie A, as you can see, Udinese are down in 16th place. This man has still managed to get 9 goal contributions for a team in 16th place that have only won 3 games all year. And if we click into the Udinese schedule, you can see his name come up numerous times. Profundi there, Profundi getting 1 goal in every game. If you look in the last recent months, you've got 1 goal there, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals. He scored 4 goals in his last 5 for a team in 16th. But the real question is, who is Simone Profundi wanted by? And as we hover over, Tottenham Hotspur want to sign Profundi. Now, if we look at Tottenham's formation, Tottenham are playing a 4-2-3. 4-2-3-1. They've currently got Kulusevski in the cam position, James Maddison out on the right. Now, Profundi does actually play across all 4 positions up front in the 4 positions that Tottenham Hotspur have. So there is at least potential for him to come off the bench, if not start in this team. Of course, Tottenham as well, a club with amazing facilities, and they do actually have enough transfer budget to sign Profundi between his value. Now, with all things considered, Udinese's position, the way Profundi is performing in a failing team, Tottenham Hotspur having better facilities, playing all the positions that Profundi plays, we are going to move Simone Profundi to Tottenham Hotspur. Now, his value is between 23 and 69 million. Tottenham Hotspur have 44 million pounds, so we are going to move him for 34 million over to Tottenham Hotspur, and Simone Profundi completes his first transfer of this video. We are now going to simulate from the 1st of January to the end of the Premier League season and see if this was the right move to make or not for his career. Hopefully we've not got this one wrong. Hopefully he can now go and perform in the Premier League at 18 years old. Okay boys, here we are, 7th of June 2025, and Simone Profundi has actually improved at Tottenham. As you can see now, his current ability at just 19 years old is 154. He has got to be one of the best youngsters now in the game. He's had an average rating for Tottenham of 7.08, so this shows already he can compete at Premier League level. If we now have a click into his attributes, as you can see, he's becoming an amazing attacking midfielder. The technical stats are unbelievable. The mental stats are still getting there, but for a 19-year-old player, this is unreal. His physicals as well, with him only being 5'6", are actually pretty decent. He's pacey, he's got agility and balance. He's actually got 11 strength as well for a 5'6" man. If we click into his history since his move in January, he actually managed to play 10 games for Tottenham, getting 1 goal and 1 assist. But when he has played, he has got a 7.16 average rating. Now, of course, this is in the Premier League, the FA Cup, and a European competition. He's actually done really, really well for his first move into a major league. Of course, Italy was a major league, but now he's actually playing like in the Premier League, the best league in the world. That's what I meant. I'm really proud of him. You know, he's got his first touch in the Premier League. He's on 62 grand a week now. Something else which is really cool to see as well is that the World Cup qualifiers are going on, and Profundi scored in every single game. He scored against Denmark, Moldova, and against San Marino, where he actually got a brace. Of course, now we are in the second summer transfer window, but in my heart, as someone who's trying to help him win the Ballon d'Or, I think he needs to do another season at Tottenham. I think from next season, he warrants a starting place in that starting 11 of the Tottenham team. Hopefully, he can push ahead of the likes of James Maddison and really develop in this Tottenham team and become one of their key players. I'm now going to skip through the summer. If we see any interest come up, I will update you boys. Let's see what happens to Simone Profundi in summer transfer window 2. Okay, boys, welcome back to season 3 of Profundi to the Ballon d'Or, and Simone Profundi might have pulled up to Stinker Street. As you can see, Simone Profundi is now at 164 current ability. This is 164 current ability out of 175 at just 20 years of age. It's looking very positive. But when we click into the bloke and we click on history, you tell me how he's played 27 games and not scored 1 goal in the Premier League. He's got 3 assists and a 6.8 average rating. Now, Tottenham Hotspur finished 5th in the Premier League, and all I can say is it looks like they played the most Brexit football I've ever seen in my life. You ready to see how many 1-0s there were? 1-0, 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, 0-0, 1-1, 2-1 loss, 2-1 loss, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 0-2, 0-0. Like, do these guys, like, want to, like, win any game by any big result? I mean, a W here is that Tottenham actually won the FA Cup, so that means Simone Profundi, if we go into his profile and into his landmarks, he's been playing FM for 2 years, Leo. Oh, no, milestones, that's it. You can see in 2026, he has now won the FA Cup, so he has won his first major trophy in England, which is a dub. So moving him to Spurs, even though he's had a rough season, he's won a trophy. It's a success. Now, of course, at this point, we are at the end of season 3. Do we need to move Profundi to a bigger club? Do we need to move him to a club that's going to compete in the Champions League? Off the back of that season, I'll be surprised if there's any interest in him. No goals, terrible. But remember, we have got that wheel spin coming up soon, which could change the trajectory of this video. Also, boys, a little checkpoint at the end of season 3. Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe are the 2 current Ballon d'Or winners. Kylian Mbappe on this database is at PSG. I forgot to update it and select the right files. Don't shoot me. This is what Profundi's competing against, but he will reach the top. Okay, boys, it is the start of season 4, and to no surprise, Simone Profundi is still a Tottenham player. Now, Simone, listen to me here, pal. You have another season with 0 Premier League goals again. This video's going in a burning bin. You need to step up for me, Simone Profundi, in Season 4. You're 20 years old now. You've played in the Premier League. You're playing for Italy. It's time to step up. I mean, let's just have a look at Simone Profundi's attributes here. Technically, mentally, physically, he's getting there. The kid's got 166 current ability. It is time for him to step up in this Tottenham team, which have just won an FA Cup, by the way, so they are actually winning trophies in this world. Quickly, if we look tactically at this Tottenham team, Profundi's playing in that cam position as well, where he'd want to play. It looks like there's a semi-decent team around him. Now, like we've said, boys, though, I've got a trick up my sleeve for this video. Simone Profundi's 21st birthday is on the 14th of March. We are going to be doing a spin wheel for his 21st birthday as a birthday present to help him on his journey to win that Ballon d'Or. And here is the spin wheel that we will be spinning on the 14th of February. In this spin wheel, we have plus 10 potential. Robbo picks a club to transfer, plus 5 to free attributes, plus 3 traits, plus 5 consistency in big matches, and 5-star weak foot. These are things I believe that will help mould him into a much better player. But lads, we are not at the 14th of February yet. We need to simulate there and see how Profundi does in this 4th season in his Ballon d'Or journey. Let's get into this simulation. Right, boys, welcome back to Simone Profundi's 21st birthday. Jesus! Shades are on, I'm feeling good. We're getting lit with Profundi. But yes, boys, Profundi is 21 years old today, and it is time to do his spin wheel. Now, if we quickly just check in with his attributes and how he's doing this season, he's having a better season. Still looks insane. He's now got the description of elite forward, which is good to see. He's now no longer a Wonderkid. If we go on here, he's actually scored 11 goals this year in the Premier League. And something very interesting that I've picked up on is that he can now play naturally as a striker. I wonder if Tottenham are using him up front. If we click on the tactic, it still shows him in that cam position, but I've got a sneaky feeling he might have been up top in a few games. But let's jibber jabber. Let's spin the Profundi wheel for his 21st birthday. This needs to help him tenfold. This needs to elevate him as a player. Let's spin. Please, please, do madness. Do madness. Do madness. I tell you what, in the long run, a plus 10 on his potential. Profundi now has more room to grow. So here we go, lads. Let's go into them hidden attributes. Let's up that potential to 185. That means he can literally become one of the best players in the world. In the long run, I think this is going to help out a lot. But happy 21st birthday to Simone Profundi. Where were you when Profundi was 21? I was here at 1 AM on a Tuesday night, watching him be 5th in the Premier League with Tottenham Hotspur. What a pleasure. Let's simulate to the end of this season. Okay, boys, we are back in Season 4. My favourite Wonderkid. Please, please, please have had a good season. If we just start on the shortlist here, Profundi is now at a 170 current ability at 21 years old. I think from my point of view, controlling his career, I have put him in places where he is developing, which is a positive. He's still got a long career ahead of him. And if we look at the attributes now, he just looks absolutely insane. I love him on this game. 18 vision, 16 passing. Decisions are up there. The flair's up there. The physicals are getting up there. Let's have a look at his history for Season 4. Now, we only got 12 goals in the Premier League without recording an assist. It's actually quite impressive how he's not getting assists. Overall, though, in all comps, he got 18 goals and 4 assists. I mean, for a 21-year-old, it's still decent, but I expect better with him attributes. If we have a look at that Tottenham schedule, I think at the moment he's playing in a team that isn't up to scratch for him. And if we look at these results from March, it's looking like a team that are, you know, a bottom half Premier League team. They've had a terrible end to the season. They've got beaten the FA Cup semi-final as well to Liverpool, so he's not won a trophy there. He got a 7-match rating in that game as well. But maybe it's time for Profundi to move on. Maybe Tottenham have developed him really well over these last few years, and I think he might have outgrown the club, because if we look at the players and sort by current ability, this is actually still a very talented squad, but just not getting the best out of the squad. If we look at the goals and stuff, 13 goals there from Kulusevski, then 9 from Son, 7 from Luis Gilhelm, and you know, it's just not good enough. What's good to see though is that when he's playing for Italy, in 24 caps he's had 14 international goals, so clearly maybe when he's playing in a better team he thrives more. I'm not too sure, but look, he's 21 years old, he's an elite forward, he's looking great. I'm going to go through this summer now, and I'm going to see if I can architect a move for my player. Boys, in the Season 5 pre-season, nobody wanted Simone Profundi. But is it a time for our boy to show what he has got? He needs to take this Tottenham team to the top. It's a one-man army. Like when you be on Modern Warfare 2 with your ACR, with your one-man army perk, swapping the noob launchers as you were shooting across the map. Profundi's going to have to do some miracle work at Tottenham here. Let's see what we can get up to in Season 5. Oh my lord. Tell me why I'm continuing trying to get this man a move to a better club. And he goes and signs a new 300 grand a week contract. Simone Profundi signed a new contract. It expires in 5 years. I can't believe it. There's got to be some drastic action. Do I need to kidnap him and take him abroad? Oh, I don't know, lads. Listen, we now know he's not going to move. Let's continue to the end of Season 6 and let's see if this new contract is a new era for Tottenham. Maybe there's been a takeover. Let's see what happens, man. Boys, welcome back to the end of Season 5. Have Tottenham Hotspur turned things around? Have they actually become a decent football club that are going to help my boy achieve his Ballon d'Or dream? Well, Tottenham have finished in 4th place this season, only 14 points off the top. Are we seeing a change? If we look at Simone here, he's currently at 180 current ability. He looks amazing. This season, he had 13 goals and 7 assists in the Premier League. He's actually looking decent. If we also go over to the milestones, in 2027, he came runners-up in World Under-21 Footballer of the Year, only behind Rooney Barger. The Ballon d'Or of Under-21 football. Is this a sign of things to come in the future when a lot of the big boys retire? There is no competition wins. Let's continue through this summer. I am looking to move Profundi. Okay, boys, we are at the end of Season 6. Bad news and good news awaits you. Now, we are on the shortlist. Profundi's at 184 current ability, but there is a big green thing on the left of his name. We're going to save that till last. If we click into the season here, Simone Profundi, again, attribute-wise, looking insane. Go into the history. 7 goals and 1 assist in 28 games is absolutely appalling. I can't lie, I can't defend him on this one. It's another nightmare season like 25-26. If we click into the Premier League season, Tottenham did finish 6th with an 11 goal difference, 62 points. These guys just don't seem to be scoring goals. They just don't seem to be cutting the mustard. If we look at the milestones though, he did actually win a Carabao Cup with Tottenham this year, another trophy in the English leagues. This was in a game where Liverpool were beaten 2-1, a Jamie Donnelly brace. I don't even see Profundi in that starting 11 and that makes me sick. But boys, what we've all waited for, 2029, he is wanted. We are going to hover over, and it is the Geordie boys over in Newcastle. This is a Newcastle team with Evan Ferguson, Florian Wirtz, Isak, Lewis Miley, João Felix, Gyökeres. I'm looking at the goals in the team, far more than Tottenham. I'm looking at the Premier Division table. They're 4th in the league on 75 points, 29 goal difference. They've only lost 7 games. World-class players play at Newcastle. Do we make this move? I'm going to go have a chat with Simone. I will be back, and we will decide if he is leaving. End of Season 6 as well, boys. Let's catch up on them Ballon d'Or winners. As we know, at the end of Season 3, Vinicius and Kylian Mbappe were the winners, but now Jude Bellingham of Real Madrid is entering the fray, followed up by Foden and Saka. Mbappe in 2026 was the winner with Jude Bellingham behind, and in 2027 Bellingham has actually made the move to PSG, where he has now won his 2nd Ballon d'Or. Mbappe and Vinny in 2nd and 3rd again. Profundi needs to get to these levels. This is an elite list of names, but he will be there one day, mark my words. After many hours, deliberations, loyalties, decision-making, controversy, as we look at Newcastle United here with their £100 million budget, I have spoke to Eddie Howe. Eddie has told me the club finances are brilliant. Simone Profundi is worth 145 million. I go, Eddie, are you willing to break the bank in future years for this player? He goes, Robbo, and he looks me in the eye and he goes, I will amputate your arm for Simone Profundi. So we are moving Profundi to Newcastle for 100 mil plus 45 million installments. Aaron Hunt method. The day has come. Move to other club. Type in the Nuki Dubs. Select the Nuki Dubs. 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million, 100 million. £100 million player, Simone Profundi. Come on! Get out of Spurs. He is now a Geordie boy, and the move is confirmed for the 2029-2030 season. The man is top of the charts. He's going to be playing with Ferguson, Wirtz, Costa, Felix. Creativity. Let's see what he can do in Geordie colours. Bought by Newcastle for 100 M's. See you at the end of this season. Rise, FMers, it's a new dawn and it's a new day. Today is the day I watched Simone Profundi win a Ballon d'Or. Let's see how his first season at Newcastle got on. Now we're back on the shortlist screen, and Simone Profundi is at 185 current ability. And this season, his average rating was 7.73. Oh man, we are walking in to some eliteness. If we click into the profile, I mean, wow. Look at them attributes. Unbelievable. If we're looking at the season stats below early, I can see 6 goals and 6 assists in the Champions League, 17 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League. Much better numbers in his first year at his new club. If we look at the history, this is nearly his highest goal scoring season in the top leagues. Of course, he had that first loan move where he had an unbelievable start to this simulation. But he got a 7.61 average rating in the Premier League. That is unbelievable. For context, what that looks like is Newcastle finishing 3rd with 79 points. He was 2nd in the average rating charts. Joint top with the player of the matches. So he was the joint best player in the Premier League pretty much with Bukayo Saka this season. If you look tactically how apparently it lines up, just look at the talent in that team. Ferguson, Felix, Wirtz. We have moved him to a great club here. So something, boys, that he did in this year as well. If you look at 2029 there, he broke the Italy record for most goals, getting his 36th goal in a match against Kazakhstan at 23. The guys has scored 36 international goals at 23. Perhaps I haven't highlighted this enough how insane that is. The guy's a joke for Italy. And for Newcastle this season, the most player of the matches in a season with 17. What a year for Simone. If we look at the awards, of course, he's had Team of the Week, Supporters Player of the Years, into Italy's Best 11, blah, blah, blah. The GOAT. Honestly though, boys, 56 caps for Italy and 38 goals, and he's about to play a World Cup. Insane. We're going to go through this summer now. I mean, I highly doubt we're going to be looking for a move as his agent because this first season has been so good. Let's see what Simone gets up to in the summer. I don't think you are going to believe what I'm going to tell you right now. We are on the cusp of a potential Ballon d'Or, people. Simone Profundi and his Italy team have won the 2030 World Cup. As you can see here, the World Cup final, Italy won 3-1. Profundi did not play in this game for some reason. But if we go onto the schedule, you can see that he was involved in this World Cup run. In the group games, he got a goal there against Caracho, 2 goals against Ghana, 2 goals against Algeria, 1 goal against Senegal, 1 goal against Denmark, a winner in fact. And then for some reason the semi-final and final he didn't play. Simone Profundi has won the World Cup with Italy. If we look at the World Cup profile as well, boys, for 2030, Profundi was joint second on the most player of the matches. He was joint second on top goal scorers. So the guy has had an unbelievable year. He was the joint best player in the Premier League and one of, if not the best player at the World Cup finals. Are we going to be looking at a potential Ballon d'Or? How much does a World Cup final play into this? Listen, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself looking at his player profile now. 7 games in the World Cup with 7 goals and 3 assists and a 7.96 average rating. That is unbelievable numbers for a 24-year-old. I'm not getting ahead of myself, but I think we actually could see a Ballon d'Or here. Is this the year Profundi wins the Ballon d'Or? If we look at the World Golden Ball over the last years, of course, we've seen Bellingham, Mbappe and Vinny win it, and Erling Haaland has won it in the most recent year. Saka has been up there as well, which is quite worrying for us because he was the joint best player in the Premier League. But let's simulate through this summer. We're not moving Profundi clubs because I am confident in this club now at Newcastle that they can take him to be great. Let's simulate to the end of season 9. Boys, let's have a look at some milestones. For the 2029-2030 season, Simone Profundi was Champions League Player of the Year. For the 2029-2030 season, Simone Profundi was the European Men's Player of the Year. Of course, in 2030, Simone Profundi won the World Cup. In 2030, he was the Golden Boot runner-up in the World Cup, only behind the strike partner, Verde. He was also the World Cup's best player runner-up, just behind Mbappe, who had an amazing tournament with an 8.1 average rating. Now, you might be thinking, Robbo, why are you telling us all these milestones? Is there a reason why you're showing us so much achievement? Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it! He's done it! My boy! The boy has done it! Simone Profundi wins the World Golden Ball. Look at the names he is amongst. Deserved! 24 years old, Simone Profundi gets his World Golden Ball. 7.72 average rating, goals, assists, World Cup, Champions League best player, all the milestones accumulate into this Ballon d'Or. My GOAT! This is what Simone Profundi looks like as he wins his Ballon d'Or. Look at the attributes on the man. He looks like a player worthy of winning this award. I'm so proud of him. He's done it at Newcastle of all clubs. When I started this video, did I think he'd do it at Newcastle? No, I didn't. Absolutely insane. We're going to keep on simulating to the end of this season now though, boys, and we're going to look at what the Ballon d'Or winner's end of season is going to look like. After this last season, I might simulate into the future to the end of his career, see if he can win any more awards, any more Ballon d'Ors. Can we have 2 in 1 video? Let's see what we can do at the end of season 9 though. The season Profundi won a Ballon d'Or. Boys, this might be the single greatest year of an individual player I have ever seen on FM. We come back to Simone Profundi, lads. Here he is, 25 years old now. If we click into his history, we can see he's had an immense season. Only playing 28 games this year in the Premier League, potentially picked up an injury, but in them games got 16 goals, 7 assists and 9 player of the matches with a 7.85 average rating. The highest average rating he has had in the Premier League this whole time in his Ballon d'Or season. What is absolutely heartbreaking, he was 3 points off winning the Premier League, just behind Manchester City. But as you can see, Simone Profundi takes his spot top of the average rating charts in the Premier League, showing the consistency of the man week in, week out, the numbers. Also up there with the player of the matches, he has joined such a good Newcastle side and he is thriving. But something else has happened in Simone Profundi's career that's not happened before. Newcastle United are Champions League winners with Profundi. Now, as you can see, Profundi played in this game and he actually had a bit of a stinker, to be honest. But he has now won a Champions League. They beat PSG on penalties. Bruno Guimaraes getting a red card in 38 minutes is wild. Somehow Newcastle hung on. You got players like Carter Vickers scoring penalties, you know, playing against a PSG team with Mbappe, Jude Bellingham. But Profundi's boys did it. If we look at the route to the final, Simone Profundi was playing in these games. He played in the semi-finals against Madrid, got a goal actually away at the Bernabeu, which helped them go through. If you look here as well, he got a goal in an away leg against Napoli. Also getting a goal in the home leg against Napoli with an 8.8 rating. He scored a goal against Bayern Munich, scored 2 goals against Sevilla. He had a great season in the Champions League. And if we look at the bottom there, he got 9 goals and 3 assists in 12 games. What a baller. And this is what I wanted to show you, boys. His milestones for this 2030 to 2031. So he wins a World Cup, he wins the Ballon d'Or, he wins the Carabao Cup also, he wins the English Footballer of the Year, the English Players Player of the Year, he then wins the Champions League, he then wins the Champions League Player of the Year, he's the Golden Boot runner-up, he then wins the European International League with Italy. I don't even know what this is, where he gets 6 goals again, gets an 8 rating with an assist in the final. We are looking at the best player in the world now, and the man is only 25. The video is complete. Like I said, I'm going to simulate to the end of his career now and see what this man can achieve. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching this far. Thank you for joining me on the journey of my favourite Wonderkid and watching him blossom into the player I know he is. And this is why I tell everybody Simone Profundi is the truth of FM24. If you want to stick around and see what he can achieve by the end of his career in the Premier League, Champions League and all them things, stay with me now. We're going to simulate to the end of his career. Let's see if this man can achieve even more. Yes, boys, we have simulated to the end of Profundi's career now. We are in 2042. Simone Profundi is a 36-year-old veteran. He is still at Newcastle United. He, in fact, spent his whole career from that Ballon d'Or season with Newcastle. He is still sitting at 160 current ability, which is just insane. And if we click into him now, as you can see, the man is coming to the end of his career. The physicals are depleting, but just look at the mental and technical ability still of the man. He reminds me of an Alessandro Del Piero at Roma by the end of his career. If we just have a look at the top right as well, this guy played 427 games for Newcastle. If we look to the top left, he played 187 games for Italy, scoring 109 international goals. He has done it on all stages. We're going to click into the history now of his Premier League career with Newcastle, and if we just look since that 100 million move, look at the seasons this man has put in. You can highlight so many different seasons. As you can see, around the Ballon d'Or time, he started to pick up some insane numbers in the peak of his career, getting 18 goals and 6 assists in one season, getting 20 goals and 7 assists in one season. Them seasons having 13 player of the matches in the Premier League in each season. As you can see, the goals and assists continued 11 and 8, 17 and 8, 14 7, 27, 17 and 4. That would have been when he was like 32, 33 years old. Of course, over these last years, the numbers have started to drop off, but he's still putting in decent seasons. The most recent season getting 10 goals and 10 assists at 36. If we scroll down as well at the bottom here, 621 appearances, 247 goals, 102 assists with 82 player of the matches in total. A 7.3 average rating over his career just shows the consistency of the man. This is my first time seeing it as well, so we're going to look through all these milestones now. He's won the Premier League in 2042. He's won the Carabao Cup in 2039. He's won that European International League again. He's won the World Footballer of the Year in 2037. In 2036, he's won the Euros. He's won World Footballer of the Year, runner-up there. In 2035, he was Europe's Men's Player of the Year, 3rd place. In 2034, World Player of the Year, runner-up. World Footballer of the Year, running up. He won the Goal 50. He was runner-up in the Ballon d'Or in 2034. We potentially had a second one on our hands there. He won the Champions League Player of the Season in that season where Newcastle won the Champions League again, so that's a second Champions League now. If we scroll down to 2033, he won the goal 50, he won the World Golden Ball again! He won it in 2029, 2030. And 3 years later, Simone Profundi picked up his second Ballon d'Or. Oh, that is crazy. As you can see, Bukayo Saka has had some mad stint. I mean, if it weren't for Bukayo Saka, he would have had another one in that season. Bukayo Saka's just been on a mad one, but Simone Profundi wins his second Ballon d'Or of the video. We've done it twice! Oh, he's a joke. The man's a joke. So as we scroll down in that season, he won the European International League in 2033. He won Europe's Men Player of the Year award. He's won that 1, 2, 3 times. I mean, that's crazy in itself. He came third place that year, of course. What a joke. In 2032, he didn't really do much. In 2031, English Players of the Year again. English Footballer of the Year again. Carabao Cup winner again. And then, of course, in 2030 was that year when he won the World Cup. If we look at some individual records for Simone Profundi, he broke the Newcastle all-time record for most league goals, which is crazy. He broke the Italy record for most appearances with his 177th cap against England at 34. He is now the captain of Newcastle. He broke the Newcastle record for goals scored in a single season with 28, most player of the matches, fastest goal for Italy, and of course the individual awards through the seasons. Like, look just how many are in each season, like player of the weeks, player of the months. It's a joke. But that is Profundi's last full season in football. I'm going to simulate now to his retirement. I want to say, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the first video back on FM24. Profundi is my favourite player from this year's game, and if you boys have shared any joy with me throughout this video, watching him become the player that he is, thank you so much. Let's do one last career sim and watch Profundi retire. Well, boys, welcome to a very, very sad screen. Simone Profundi is retired as a football player at age 36. His clubs, of course, had that first low spell at Lausanne, played at Udinese, played at Tottenham, but found his home at Newcastle, where he spent from 2029 to 2043. Of course, the youngest player to ever play for Italy in the last 100 years. In June 2029 is when he joined Newcastle for 100 mil, 427 league appearances and 186 goals. Winning the World Cup in 2030 and 2042. Winning the Euros in 2036, winning the Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, the Premier Division in 2036 and 2042, won the European Golden Boy, Under 21 Footballer of the Year, Golden Boot, Championship Best Young Player, UEFA League Champions League Player of the Seasons, Best Player of the War. But like, it goes on and on, you've seen it. In his personal career, he won 16 trophies, came second 10 times and came bronze 5 times. His team achievements being 12 trophies, 9 second places and 4 third places, 247 goals in his career, 109 which came for Italy. What a career the best Wonderkid on Football Manager 2024 has had. If you boys want to see any more videos like this on the channel, please leave in the comments any certain career sims, any certain achievements you think I should try and achieve, maybe even with a team, not just individual. This has been one of the most fun videos I've ever recorded. I hope it's translated through the video and come across well, because I have absolutely loved filming this. Thank you so much for joining me on Profundi's Ballon d'Or journey, where he didn't lift 1, he lifted 2. This is my goal of Football Manager. If you enjoy the videos, please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video, boys. Peace out.